Welcome to Melissa Honey Speaks, where we chat about feminine magic, mindset, and manifesting. I'm your host and feminine magic guide, Melissa Honey. Welcome back to another episode of Melissa Honey Speaks. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about, you guessed it, sex magic. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why sex magic might not be working for you, or why it may not be producing the manifestations that you want. So I think I talked about sex manifestation and sexual energy on a previous show. We talked about a little bit of an intro about sex magic, what it is, how it works, why it's important, why sexual energy is important, how you can use your sexual energy to help magnify your manifestations, help it push along, help manifestations come. So like I said before, like I always say, law of attraction is always working. We're always attracting energy. Everything is energy, so we can always attract what we want. Sexual energy is the most powerful energy in the universe. So that energy is energy of creation. It creates people. So of course, it's the most powerful energy that there is. And I'm going to talk about the 3 things that might be happening. That could be reasons why you're not manifesting what you want by using your sexual energy or your sex magic. So let's just jump into it. The first thing is that maybe you're just not into it. Maybe you read a little bit about sex magic and you try to use it maybe with your partner. Or of course, you can use sex magic by yourself or with a partner. It doesn't matter how. It's really just about creating the sexual energy and using the energy to manifest. Okay, so like I said, maybe you're just not into it. Maybe your focus is off. Sexual energy is about really connecting with your spirit self, really connecting with the energy of the sexual energy that you have, connecting with the energy inside yourself, the womb energy, all the energy. If you're not connecting with that, then during your manifestation, during sex or whatever experience you're having, then you're not going to be able to use energy for creation. So the idea is to take your manifestations into your sex practice with you and use it and using it to manifest what you want. So if you're really not that into it, then it's going to be pointless. Sometimes some of the ways you can get into the energy of your sex magic is to maybe meditate prior to. You can use it on a whim, or you can use it really focused, meaning that you're going into your sexual experience with the notion or with the knowing that you're going to use that energy to manifest, and that's a different focus. So if you're just using it on a whim, of course you can manifest what you want, just using the energy on a whim and say, I'm going to take my manifestation into my sexual experience, and I'm going to use my climax to manifest what I want. So of course you can do it that way. That works too. However, if you're new or to sex magic, you might want to meditate and get centered prior to, so that you can use that energy to manifest what you want. So that's number 1. The first thing is that could be blocking you from using your sex magic the way you want is that you're just not into it. So you want to understand that you want to be able to be into the experience and to be focused on the experience and to know what you're going into the experience to do. So it's like, of course you want to enjoy. You don't want it to be technical, but you do want to understand why you're here. What are you using this sexual energy for? What are you using your sex magic for? Are you using it to just have some fun, which is fine, for pleasure? That's fine. But are you using it to manifest a big creation in your life? So you want to make sure that you are really into that experience so that you can use the energy to really manifest what you want. Okay. So number 2 is maybe you don't really believe in sex magic. So a lot of times people want to use sex magic and use their energy, but they don't really believe it. So you have to believe that it's going to work, and you have to even go from the place of believing to the place of knowing. So you go from I believe it's going to work for me to I know that sexual energy, I know that sex magic works for me. I know that it works for people. If it can work anywhere in the universe, it can work for me. So you have to believe in the power of your own energy. You have to believe that everything is energy. You have to believe that you can draw to you anything that you want using your energy. And of course, like I mentioned before, that our sexual energy is the most powerful energy, powerful creative source of energy in the universe. So if that's the most powerful energy, then of course you can create anything that you want with it. But you have to really understand that you have to know, you can't have any doubts. You have to know that what you're going in to use this sexual energy for is what's going to create what you want. You have to know it. You can't just be like, really, I believe a little bit, or let me just see how it's going to work. But you really have to know that this is what you're doing. You have to know that you want your sex magic to work. You have to know what you're going in for. You have to know that I 100% know that sex magic works to bring manifestations to me, because it's energy. Everything is energy. Where energy is neither created nor destroyed. So everything energy is like back and forth. So if you're using this energy to pull to you what you want, then of course you have to know that it works. And last but not least is maybe you are, what's the word I want to use? Maybe you're not focused. I don't want to use the word focus. I want to say, what about maybe you're thinking too much? So when you're in your sexual experience, are you thinking too much? Are you outside yourself, or are you is your mind just going? Are you focused on on experiencing pleasure, experiencing joy, experiencing your sex energy? Are you working on that? Are you building up the energy? Because of course, sexual energy is not just about intercourse. It's about more than that. It's about the energy of the entire experience. And are you really focused on enjoying it? Are you letting yourself loose and letting yourself go and being relaxed? And are you relaxing into that energy? When you are more relaxed into that energy, you can manifest what your energy is. Maybe I don't want to say explosive, but yeah, explosive, because you're relaxing into the energy of a pleasurable moment, so that you can use that energy, and you're taking that moment and that energy and using it to manifest what you want. So you want to be in a place where it's so you're not so technical. So you don't want to look at it from a space of thinking so much. You want to be connected to your spirit self. This is about being connected to your spirit self, where you're not so this is not logic. So we're not talking about the logical mind. We're talking about the spiritual mind, the subconscious mind, the part of yourself that is your higher self. So connecting with your higher self is the part of the sexual energy, or the sex manifestation, or the sex magic, if you will, that you want to be in that space of connected to your higher self, because it is a spiritual experience. Sex magic, like I said, we already know that it's the most powerful energy. It's the energy that creates babies. It creates things. So we can create babies with that energy. Of course, we can create anything that we want. And you want to make sure that you're not so focused on what you want to create, but you're kind of more knowing what you want to create, and then taking that with you, but not being so robotic. So you want to be free, you want to be open, you want to be joyful, you want to understand what you're doing. So sex magic really works because it is the most powerful energy. And like I said, everything is energy. So if you want to create a car, you want to create a house, a new person, a partner, money, you can use your sex magic energy to do just that, to manifest those things. But these are the three things, like I mentioned, just three of them, that are things that could be holding you up or could be blocking you from using that experience. So you want to make sure that you're free, you're relaxed, you're not so technical. You make sure you understand what you want to create with this energy, and then you take that energy with you into your experience. But you also want to be relaxed and loose. So it's important to understand that sex magic is a powerful tool that you can use. It's not the only tool, of course, but it's one of the most powerful tools you can use to manifest what you want. And that's one thing that when I talk to my clients about is that you can use sex magic. You don't have to have a partner to use your sexual energy. You can use sexual energy by yourself. We all know that. So you take that energy and you do the things. You can meditate before. You can write out your scripting. Sometimes you can even use your scripting after, when you're all in the afterglow. You can write out your scripting, and because you're in the energy of that space of pleasure, that space of that sex magic energy is still there. So you want to take the energy with you, and you want to write. You can write it out before or after what you want to manifest. You can do gratitude statements. You can do all the things that you want to do, and take all the energy into your experience with you. And during your climax, you think about, you can use affirmations or however you want to experience it. Whatever works for you, you can ask yourself, how do you want to experience that? And then what's going to work for you. So just keep in mind that sex magic is a real powerful tool that you can use to manifest what you want. It's not the only tool, but it's a very powerful tool, and it's a fun tool. Anyone can use it. There isn't anyone anyone can use sexual energy to manifest what they want. So on that note, thank you for joining me.